It was supposed to be a night of honor, a celebration of aviation legends and heroes. Instead, it became a scene of stunning humiliation. On April 25, 2025, the opulent ballroom of the Beverly Hilton Hotel fell silent not out of reverence, but in sheer disbelief, as Hollywood titan Kurt Russell delivered a blunt, cold rebuke to Prince Harry that has since gone viral around the world. The 22nd Living Legends of Aviation Awards had all the trappings of prestige. John Travolta hosting, Morgan Freeman in attendance, astronauts and decorated pilots mingling with celebrities. Prince Harry, recently inducted as a living legend for his service as an Apache pilot during the war in Afghanistan, was invited to deliver remarks honoring California's aerial firefighters. For Harry, it was another carefully crafted step in his rebranding, from royal exile to respected veteran. But what unfolded was anything but royal. Harry stepped onto the stage in a tailored tuxedo, his smile camera ready, his posture rehearsed. His speech began smoothly, full of solemn praise for those who had fought fires in the skies just months earlier. There were nods from the crowd. Applause. For a brief moment, it looked as if the prince had reclaimed the stage. And then came the moment. Kurt Russell, grizzled, respected, and every inch the real deal after nearly 3 decades in aviation, joined Harry on stage. The two men stood side by side, one born into privilege, the other forged by hard work and sky miles. Harry extended a hand, clearly expecting deference, maybe even admiration. But Russell didn't flinch. His voice was calm but razor-sharp. "We don't do prince here," he said. "This is about the firefighters, not your name." The room froze. A sharp inhale swept across the crowd like a gust of cold air. Cameras clicked. Mouths dropped. Prince Harry, momentarily stunned, stood frozen. The polished charm vanished. In its place, a man exposed. And then the silence broke, not with applause but with whispers. What was meant to be a respectful gesture had instantly transformed into the most talked-about moment of the night, and perhaps of Harry's public life. Within minutes, the quote was trending. On social media, users hailed Russell as the voice of reason, the hero the prince didn't expect, and the man who finally said what everyone else was thinking. But make no mistake, this wasn't a slip of the tongue. According to event insiders, Russell's words were carefully chosen and fully intentional. "Kurt's been in that world for decades," said one aviation veteran. "He's earned his place." What bothered him wasn't Harry's presence. It was the attitude, the expectation of special treatment. Indeed, Russell's reaction echoed a growing sentiment within the aviation community. That Prince Harry's inclusion among legends felt more like a coronation than a recognition of earned respect. While Harry's military service is indisputable, many questioned whether his legend status was granted for headlines rather than heroism. The snub wasn't just personal, it was symbolic. A rejection of the idea that royalty, especially one no longer working within the institution, deserves automatic reverence. It was also a public reckoning for Harry, who has spent years trying to reshape his identity post-Megxit. In California, he hoped to be seen as more than just Diana's son or the Queen's grandson. But the moment Kurt Russell turned to him and dismissed the royal title, that fragile reconstruction cracked. And yet, the deeper sting wasn't just the words, it was how quickly the room agreed. While Harry stumbled through the remainder of the event, offering forced smiles and awkward nods, Kurt Russell was swarmed by attendees and press alike. "That was brutal," one guest was overheard saying, "but it needed to be said." Others described Harry's mood afterward as visibly shaken. He wasn't expecting that. Not here. Not tonight. The irony, of course, is bitter. Harry has spent years criticizing the rigid hierarchy of the monarchy, claiming he left Britain to be free. But in America, in a meritocratic culture where titles mean nothing and authenticity is everything, he may now find that freedom comes at a cost. The prince without a palace, the soldier without a regiment, and now the speaker without a crowd. Kurt Russell didn't just challenge a title, he challenged a myth. And in doing so, he forced a global audience to confront an uncomfortable truth. When stripped of the crown, who is Prince Harry really?